the first player we're going to look at is a safety out of the University of Minnesota, Antoine Winfield Jr. Now, his father, Antoine Winfield Sr., was a defensive back here with the Minnesota Vikings, so let's take a look at him first. You'll see one thing I do love about Antoine Winfield Jr., like his father, he's an excellent tackler. In this case, blocked by the wide receiver, he's able to shed the block, get off the block, get his head across the bow, and then bring that quarterback right to the ground. Now, tackling as a safety is almost a lost art, and for Antoine Winfield Jr., it's absolutely one of his strengths. In coverage, you'll see him one-on-one here as a high safety. This receiver has a two-way go, beats Antoine to the post, but you'll see Antoine with the speed move, meaning he turns from the outside, gets back underneath the football, and like any really great DB, has the ball skills. Normally DBs are wide receivers who can't catch. He's able to get after the football, find it, and turn the thing over. It's another impressive part. Antoine Winfield playing the deep half, just sees the ball thrown, breaks on it, and makes the interception. Doesn't go for the big hit, goes for the big play. So he has the ability to go after the ball when needed, to intercept the ball when he can, but when it's time to make a big hit, in this case, as a blitzer, coming up the middle, sifting his way through the trash, gets right to the quarterback, causes the fumble, and the Gophers almost recover it. But Antoine Winfield Jr., you'll see here, able to just read through all that muck. Now, this is not easy for a kid to do. He's able to get through and then deliver the hit, but watch the quarterback, lands on his back. Again, that goes to his tackling, his ability to run his feet on contact. And yes, this is still a physical game. That play ended that quarterback's day. Our next player is J.R. Reed, safety out of the University of Georgia. His father, Jake Reed, back when I played, was a wide receiver with the Minnesota Vikings. Let's take a look. I love his length. He's a big, tall kid, and I also love his speed and athleticism. And oh, by the way, he can also hit. He covers a lot of ground when he's in space. And in this case, the tight end catching that football across the middle, he closes this gap, delivers a nice ball, doesn't get the ball loose, but he still gets that tight end to the ground. This play, great job of communicating. As this receiver comes up, he knows that one of these two guys, if they come deep or go across, he is going to have to jump this out route. You'll see right here, looks through, comes through, but look at the gap. He closes that gap, opens that thing up. You'll get a great view of it right here in the end zone. He's up on the field. He's beaten by alignment. That receiver has him by 3 or 4 yards, but that burst of speed to make that interception is what the scouts are really going to love about J.R. Reed. Our next player is cornerback out of the University of Alabama, Trayvon Diggs, brother of Vikings wide receiver Stefon Diggs. And this could be a great matchup next year in the NFL. So let's take a look. Tell you what you love about Trayvon, what you love about his brother Stefon, and that's just his size and his athleticism. As you can see, he's standing almost straight up and down, but is able to turn his hips and run with the Arkansas wide receiver right down the field and break up that play. You're going to be able to see this guy run with any receiver that's in front of him. In this case, Arkansas is running a pick route. The receiver's coming down to block the linebacker. Trayvon is going to hold back, and he sees and knows what's coming, intercepts this football, and here it is, the return ability. He was a punt returner and a kick returner for Alabama. Arkansas ran that same play earlier. He saw it coming, picked it off, became a returner, and brought it all the way back to the house. So the athleticism's there. The position flexibility is also there on special teams as a returner. And finally, any cover two coach in the league is going to love this play. He jams up this wide receiver, floats off, reads the quarterback, and is able to turn his hips, drop underneath, and make the interception in front of the receiver down the field. So he already possesses the size, the speed, and the awareness that you want in a corner to play in that kind of a system. Now, the one thing that he's going to have to work on, the one thing that you see, he's a very raw talent, meaning his body, he gets himself right where he needs to be, just looks over the wrong shoulder and allows his body to drift too late, results in a touchdown. But I don't think that's going to scare away the scouts too much because this kid has way too much athletic talent. And the last player we're going to look at today, Thaddeus Moss from Louisiana State University, national champions. He's a tight end and the son of former Vikings wide receiver Randy Moss. Now, Thaddeus missed the combine due to a foot injury, which he had to have surgery on, but let's take a look at some of his film. Having played with his father, this kid has a lot of talent, and he also has a lot of courage. You're going to see just a basic zone block, and as a tight end, you are responsible for blocking. The whole offensive line goes to their left. The tight end is required to make this cutoff block against the defensive end, and you'll see Thaddeus gets in there and cuts that guy on the ground. He is not afraid to be a blocker. I think he's a good cutback blocker. Maybe not big enough and strong enough to be the point of attack type tight end, but he's not afraid to stick his nose in there. As a wide receiver, he's flexed out in this situation. Defenses, you have to cover him. He catches this ball in space, and with a 40-yard, even with the angles, able to take that in. So that's that breakaway type speed that we're used to seeing from the Moss family. And tell you what, Thaddeus does have that. Now, the national championship game, one of the most amazing plays that you're going to see in college football. Quarterback does a wonderful job scrambling. You see Thaddeus up on top, and look at all the ground that he covers. Once he sees his quarterback is free, he opens things up, and what a great extension and catch across the field. So Thaddeus Moss, a good tight end. I think he's going to be a solid blocker, but a great route runner, and I think he's going to be a very good receiving tight end option.